Okay, friends, so I've had some requests on how to draw these specific textures. So this video is specifically on how to draw the purple slime texture. So the first thing you need to do is select a new canvas. Now, when I Google slime texture, there are lots of images that you can kind of look at and try to emulate in your own way. I think for elementary school level, it's probably the easiest to do a simple texture first before you start getting into some deeper textures. Now, when I look at this texture, I see four colors. I see four things that I need to do. I see the darkest color, that's one. Then this mid-tone red, that's two. Then I see this like white, although the opacity is probably like 20%, right? So that's three. And then I see this bright white 100% thin lines. So that's what we're going to start with. And we're kind of just going to follow along. It looks like there's like one squiggle and then like a couple more squiggles. We're just going to draw some squiggly lines. So the first thing you want to do is set your vector fill to a solid color. I'm going to pick, I think this time I'm going to pick blue. I'm going to do a blue slime. Select the check. So this is my dark background color. And so then the next thing you want to do is use your paintbrush tool. I want this to be 100%. It's from a different project I'm working on. And kind of jump from this color. I'm going to jump 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I'm going to draw some pretty big squiggles. You can kind of see how big your paintbrush tool is before you even get started. So I'm going to draw like one over here, and then we'll draw like another couple big squiggles here. Kind of go around this side again. Maybe another one over here. It's kind of up to you. How you want to do this. And then I'm just going to fill this whole section in over here. All right, so now I have this like nice dark blue line in the background, and then I have my second layer. My third layer is selecting white and dropping my opacity down to 20%. Now, I don't want it to be the same line width as the big squiggles that I did. So this one says 88. I'm going to try to drop that down probably, I don't know, 30%. So let's just go down. And now you only really want maybe like a little bit. We're just getting smaller and smaller, okay, as we go. So I'm just going to highlight one side. I'm going to highlight the midsection on this one. Maybe I'll add a second layer just so that there's like, it's slightly darker. And come real close to the edge on this side. Maybe even have it like overlay. Come back over here. We'll do this curve. Oops, that was too big. And we'll do the inside. And then we'll just do like a big one over here. Okay, so that's the third one. So really, you're just trying to get smaller and smaller. I think in this photo, that red is prominent, the mid-tone red, and then the white 20% opacity is much smaller. So now we want to add these dark white lines and dots just around the edges of that light white opacity, and not on all of the edges. Like, you don't want to outline it. We're just going to kind of go through and add, 3 or 4 for each one of these curves. So I'm going to actually switch to my pen tool. I really like my pen tool. And again, you can see, I think I might even make it bigger. So we'll just bring this line width up. Oh, no, not that much. Yeah, there we go. And then I want this to be closer to 100%. I'm just going to choose 80. So we're going to draw one curve. Oops, kind of went off the edge there. One curve, a couple of dots, 2, maybe another curve over here. There's 4. Let's do this one over here. We'll do one little dot, a long one, and then another little dot. We'll add one more in the inside. So we'll do another one here, and then we'll do a little bit closer. And this curve kind of is extra, so we'll just go just right around the edges. Same thing over here. I'm just going to draw a little. Every time there's a curve, I draw kind of like a curvy line, and then you can draw dots or lines. And you can add extras pretty much wherever you want. We'll just draw whoosh, and then a couple of little dots over here. Okay. If you want to make it a little bit more dynamic, you can drop this line width down even more and just kind of like add a couple of more, like a couple of little squiggles. Maybe like, I don't like that one there. Let's do it on I like it on that white, wherever we put that light white. Oops, that one doesn't look good either. Just do a curve. Maybe somebody stuck their finger in there, right? And then we'll throw in like a little random dot right there. Yeah. Okay. So this is kind of like a really good slime texture. So if I come back to my folder, I can select, and you can kind of see the only difference here is that I kind of went bigger with that white opacity, right? The 20% opacity lines. And it looks like I didn't even choose like a complete white. I probably chose like a smaller, like a less, like a lesser purple. But I think this one turned out just fine. It's like got a good slime texture.